Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the pharmacy technician pros and cons. Yes, I've been working as a pharmacy tech for about a month and I already racked up some pros and cons. Trust me, I've asked people, I've made my own decisions, I asked the pharmacist. So let's get into these pros and cons. If you're interested in knowing some of the pros and cons of being a pharmacy tech, then stay tuned.
Savage bitch, in your trap and take over. Name another bitch that's colder. I just bought a brand new Rover. I don't even drive no more, I got a chauffeur. Took off, man, they asking me to slow up. Getting wiser and my money getting older. And that bitch, I ain't even gonna hold it. And that bitch, and I thought that it told it.
Okay, you guys, so do y'all want to start off with the good or y'all want to start off with the bad? Because I think I should start off with the bad because I have 6 cons and I have 10 pros. What y'all think? I'm gonna elaborate on everything. Like, I got everything written. Look at my nice handwriting. So beautiful. Off topic, I'm sorry. So we're gonna go straight into the cons. One of the cons of being a pharmacy technician would be you're on your feet all day, 8 hours plus. Okay, so if you're not used to a regular 8-hour shift, this may be long for you. There's no sitting, there's no, I'm not gonna say there's no breaks. There is breaks, but you rarely get to take one. Yes, you are giving a break. You're supposed to have a break, but you do not have to take it. We have these things called meal breaks where we don't take breaks. We just take like 2 15s throughout our shifts. But so far, I've been doing like 9-hour, 10-hour, 11-hour, even 12-hour shifts. Because that's what I'm used to coming from the hospital. So I have picked up some shifts to where I end up doing 12 hours, or I end up doing 11 hours, I'm doing 10 hours, or maybe 9 hours, or just a regular 8 hours. So yes, your regular shift as a pharmacy technician will be 8 hours. If you're not used to that, that might be a lot for you. You will be on your feet all day. Pharmacy technician consists of dealing with the drive-through, pickup, drop-offs, production, things like that. And I will explain more about those different sections in a different video. But yes, you have more than 3 areas you have to be in, and you're running around, you're on your feet. No station has a chair, so it is kind of long shifts. If 8 hours is long for you, then it's a long shift. Now you can do over 8 hours. That's why I say you're on your feet all day, because you are. So keep that in mind. You deal with a lot of angry customers, and my thing is, not everybody is happy-go-lucky. Not everybody, you know, there's no such thing as the perfect person, right? So some of the customers will get mad simply because of insurance problems. Now, we handle medication. We're not the insurance part. Yes, we get the insurance and we put it through. We tell you how much the insurance take off. We'll tell you if the insurance covers it or not. But we do not have control over insurance and what they decide to take and why they don't take it, okay? So for this simple reason, people feel like it's our fault as pharmacy techs that their insurance is not going through, or that they have a big deductible they have to pay. So say somebody has, like, they usually paying like $5 for this prescription, right? $5 every time they pick it up. January comes, which is like the beginning of the year, right? So January comes and now this medication went from $500 to maybe like $200, $500, $100, maybe $50. The customer's gonna look like, okay, I never paid this much before, so what's going on? You as a pharmacy tech is gonna be like, well, did you get a new insurance? Da da da. They tell you no, they didn't get a new insurance. They've been having the same insurance, you know, blah blah blah. And you tell them, well, usually at the beginning of the year you get a deductible you have to pay, so they give you a certain amount to pay on certain medications. And they were like, well, I never did that. Then all we have to do is tell them to call their insurance, because no matter how many times we process it, it's still gonna say that balance. They get mad at you for that. Yes, they do. Even if they call the insurance and the insurance be like, oh yeah, you gotta pay a deductible, they still get mad at you for that. At this point, it is what it is. Nobody is perfect. Like I said, people are gonna get angry. We get customers that get angry even if they're like total is like $300 and you bring it down to $50 by putting in coupons and stuff like that. They're still mad. So you can't please everybody. So like I said, you'll have somebody that'll have a balance of $300. You can get it down to $50 by using like GoodRx or whatever, and they're still upset with you because their insurance doesn't pay for it fully or whatever. you're gonna deal with angry customers. And one thing about it, and two things for sure, you're gonna need to learn how to bite your tongue, and you're gonna need to learn how to problem solve or get your way out of situations. Not get your way out of situations, but talk to people, like people that's angry about their insurance not paying it. Okay, yeah, well, I understand, but maybe you want to call your insurance and ask, you know, tell them in a nice way instead of being like, well, I can't help you, I don't know what you want me to say, you know. So that is one of the cons. You don't, okay, this one is kind of iffy. They say you don't make that much money, but it's enough to live off of. I feel like as a pharmacy tech, me right now, I'm making a decent amount. I'm making the same I was making at the hospital, if not more, because I was only making what I was making at the hospital because I was working nights and I had a differential pay. I'm making what I'm making without a differential pay. I feel like pharmacy tech pays really good. It's better than what it was before. I remember 6 months ago I applied for a pharmacy technician in the same company and they offered me $13. It's more than $13 now. So people say you don't make that much, but I feel like it's a good amount. It's more than it was, and just be happy. But if you see that as a con, for what I make with no experience, I see it as a pro. But some people say you don't make enough, so I'm gonna just put that as a con just in case, because everywhere is different depending on where you live and where you go. Okay, so you'll be exposed to different medications, chemotherapy, other types of medications. Some medications you can't open up at all. Some medications you have to wipe down your area before you mess with it, and then wipe down your area after you mess with it. It all depends on the type of medication. But one thing about it, you are exposed to different medications, but in the retail pharmacy, it's not that much of, I'm not gonna say it's not that much of bad, because we do have a certain medication where it was like you can't inhale it, or not like people going around sniffing medication. It's like when you're dealing with it, you're not supposed to inhale it, that's why you can't open it. So you have to listen when you go through the process and you're scanning bottles. You have to listen to the directions. But chemotherapy is more like hospital wise. I heard there's a lot of problems with dealing with chemotherapy medications. I'm not really sure about that, but I heard there's a lot of things that could go wrong if you do not follow the rules. So follow every rule when handling medications. No matter if it doesn't seem that serious to you, it's serious. As simple as doing one medication for one person, and then you have another person that you're doing medication for, and you're starting the next medication, and it tells you to wipe down your area before you. There's a reason why it's telling you to wipe down the area. You don't know what this person, apparently this person is allergic to something. Apparently this medicine can't be mixed with certain things. And you know how some pills have that little powdery, so that powdery residue. So some of your trays will have that powder residue. So if a medicine is telling you to wipe it down, please wipe it down before and after. That's it. Another con is people think you can give them drugs. Hasn't happened to me yet. I wish a ninja would. I'm not giving nobody drugs. You know how hard and how long it was for me to get into this job. But I do believe that people that work in a pharmacy have people that ask them for drugs to sell, because I remember I was in pain, had a surgery, and people was asking me for my pills, and the doctor only gave me like 8. I wasn't going to take them forever. It was like for my pain. So I do believe there's such people that's asking their friends if they can get pills from the pharmacy. Do not give them pills. Please do not let nobody talk you into giving them pills, giving them anything out the pharmacy. If they need it, they need to ask their doctor, or they need to go up to whoever, whichever pharmacy, and ask them if they can get it, and how can they get it, or how can they purchase it, or what's the process, or like whatever. Don't give these people no drugs. Please, 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 please. You will go to jail, okay? You will go to jail. You'll probably lose your job. Most likely you will lose your job. Both of y'all will be in trouble. It's not even worth it. So people will ask you for drugs. Just keep cautious. I'm keeping cautious, but I don't really talk to nobody like that no more. So I wish somebody would ask me for some drugs. They'll probably get a whole like list full of words that's not supposed to be said, but it's going to be said. So just keep on the lookout for that. Another con somebody said is not getting along with co-workers. Like I said, some of these pros and cons are mine, and some of these pros and cons are some of my co-workers that I have asked. Now, the thing about working in a pharmacy tech retail, you're working around the same people almost every single day, okay? You're working around the same crew. So if you don't like somebody, y'all probably not gonna never like, I'm not gonna say never like somebody, but y'all gonna probably have a rough patch for a little while. So not getting along with your co-workers will be a con for you, because y'all always see each other. Pharmacy techs need to communicate, because there's a lot of mishaps that happen unintentionally in the pharmacy. So techs need to communicate, oh, which line I'm on, or which medication I'm doing, oh, I'm doing pickup, or I'm not doing drive-through, or if I'm doing drop-offs, or if I'm doing COVIDs. The techs need to communicate. So if you don't get along with somebody, it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna flow how it needs to flow. Things are not gonna get done. It's gonna be a hot mess. So not getting along with your coworkers is a big con in the pharmacy tech, especially retail world, because y'all need each other. Y'all need to work with each other at the end of the day. I don't have anybody personally as of right now that I do not like working with. I'm not trying to make them type of enemies. I'm not even gonna focus on a negative, but it's just like, I just don't see it happening, because if you do not like this person, either y'all need to talk it out, do whatever, because y'all not talking or communicating with each other during work is gonna affect y'all work, and y'all scores gonna be low. Y'all gonna be behind on certain stuff. So not getting along with your co-workers is a big con. Like, nothing's gonna get done because y'all not gonna want to talk to each other. So keep that in mind. Try to get along with your peers, please, Lord, please. Now we're gonna move on to the pros. Straight to the pros. I have a lot of pros. You learn new things daily. I've learned so much in pharmacy already with only being in there like a month. I learned different medications. I learned what medications are used for. I learned how people take certain medications. I learned how the pharmacy works. Usually when I go to the pharmacy is to pick up my medicine that I'm either prescribed from the doctor or whatever, or urgent care or whatever. So I don't really see what they do. I just go up to get my, little prescriptions, and they be ready. I pay for it or don't pay for it, whatever. They have to do a lot to get you your prescriptions. They have to contact the doctors, make sure your insurance go through if you have insurance. They have to make sure it's in stock. They have to count it individually. They have to bill it. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that techs have to do that I didn't really know about. So I did learn a lot of stuff about medications and acronyms for certain words like PO, and PO means by mouth, just like stuff like that, just little things like that, or PRN as needed. You learn a lot of new stuff, especially within the medical field in pharmacy techs. And if you're in school for anything medical, I feel like pharmacy tech will be a good job for you. You do not have to go to school to become a pharmacy tech. I do not have a certification in a pharmacy tech. I do have my pharmacy tech trainee license. Now, when you want to become a pharmacy tech, you get a job as a pharmacy tech, you do not need a certification. Hospitals, some hospitals you need a certification. And I know Walmart you need a certification. So some of them, not all retail. Walmart is a retail pharmacy, so you need a certification for them. But hospitals, you need a certification for them, like I said. But other retails like Harris Teeter, Target, I know there is a pharmacy in Target, CVS, what else, Rite Aid, Walgreens, you do not need a certification. So you do not have to go to school. But these jobs will train you to be ready for your test, what's supposed to be on the test, so you can get certified through them, and they will pay for your certification. That's a big pro. Not having to go to school for it, job train you, and it's paid training, baby. That's a pro. That's 3 pros in one, okay? You're working your hours, getting that money, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be certified. So that's a pro. Like I said, here's another pro. Like I said, you can go to school. You can go to school as a pharmacy tech, but the cheaper way will be getting a job as a pharmacy tech and train and have them pay for it. Because school, let's look up pharmacy tech school. Let's look at how much pharmacy tech school costs. Okay. Pharmacy tech school range from $8,000 and $14,000, $8,000 to $14,000. Yeah. So you can go to school, or you can go on training at a retail pharmacy. So like I said, that's a pro. You can get certified in other areas. Once you become certified a certified pharmacy technician, you can do compounding, you can do sterile IV, you can do nuclear meds, chemotherapy, advanced pharmacy tech. Now, don't feel like when you're a pharmacy tech you have to be stuck at retail. You can go to the hospital, like I said, do compounding. That's mixing different medications, sterile IV, nuclear, chemo medicine. You can move on, branch off, and do different things. You do not have to stay in retail once you're certified. You don't have to, and that's one of the best things about, you know, being on training and learning and then becoming certified, and then you can branch off to do whatever you would like to do. You do not have to do retail. Like I said, is another pro. You do not have to do retail. You can go to the hospital and do all the other ones that I had just named, or you can do traveling. There is such thing as a travel pharmacy tech. If you do not have kids or any responsibilities or school, you can do traveling. Another pro is there's plenty of jobs as a pharmacy tech. Yes, there's plenty of jobs. Jobs are hitting me up now, and I've already applied. Already got this job that I'm at now. Harris Teeter reached out to me, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Kroger. Walmart didn't reach out to me. I don't have no certification, but yeah, so there's plenty of pharmacy tech jobs in the retail, and once you get certified, you can go to like Walmart or the hospital. Some hospitals, I've heard some hospitals do not require you to have a certification as a pharmacy tech. It's all about who you know. So y'all do y'all research on that. If you know somebody in the hospital, see if they can get you in there without a certification. If they can't, then try retail. Like I said, you can be a traveling tech, meet new people. When you become a pharmacy tech, you meet new people. That's with any job though, but you meet new people. I mean, yeah, you meet new people. Working around the pharmacist. I feel like working around the pharmacist is a really good pro, because whether you could be in pharmacist school, nursing school, any type of medical school. So if you have questions about certain medications or why certain things are done, you can ask the pharmacist. He's right there to ask you. Now, some of the retails have a nurse. Mine does, because we do COVID shots and the nurse gives out the shots. So you can ask her questions as well. But the nurse and pharmacist are two different, you know, people. So you can still ask the nurse, but some of the questions nurse might not be able to answer, a pharmacist can. So working around the pharmacist is a really, really good pro. You can use them as you can use them for recommendations, for jobs or schools or whatever. I feel like working around, you got to be on a good side. I feel like working around pharmacists is really, really good. And the last pro I have is in the healthcare environment without you having to go to school. Now, I know some people cannot pay for school. It's troubling for some people to pay for school, or they can't pay for school, or they just don't feel like it, or whatever your case may be. Retail, you're paid training, and then they'll pay for your certification, and then once you get your certification, you can move on to wherever you want to go. So I feel like it's really good, because I know a lot of people that think that they need a freaking associate's degree to get a medical job, and you do not in some cases. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. It was kind of long. I hope I helped y'all. I've been really like trying to like get you know get organized and whatnot, but I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be posting once a week, if not more than once a week. We're coming back with these videos, you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content just like I'm enjoying editing and putting them out for you. Y'all stay safe, stay cautious, keep your mask on, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.